I want to do the malding tier list. If you don't know what I'm talking about, IBDW, as I was going through his thumbnails, I saw that he had a video where he does a tier list of the biggest Malders. Malding just means, it's just a meme word combining bald and mad, but it just means extra salty. I want to make my own list and I want to judge his, okay? He gets sad. And there's no such thing as salding, okay? No one's sad and balding. Now, the people at the bottom are excluded because they are inactive, including myself. You can see me down here at the bottom. But everyone else is active, okay? Oh, no, this list is all wrong. This list is all wrong. It's making me... No, you know what? I'm just going to make mine. I'm getting a little heated right now. This is so off that I just need to make mine. We'll do the malding tier, Johning tier, I guess. We'll just add another one at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to throw in the ones that I agree with, right? Like, Ginger is definitely a Malder. Fiction is a Malder. Duck is super Malder. Always shakes his head. Never likes the result. Duck is up there. I don't know how long it sticks with him. I don't know. I could rate myself. I know exactly how mauled I get. Okay, Cody's super up there. And then Leffen is way up there. These are people that you could expect some kind of tweet after or something. They are always surprised that they've lost. They never understand it. And then they might understand it, but they're not happy with it. They get very upset about it. This is the S tier in my opinion. I don't even think anyone is up there with them. And then Duck might be at the top of this one. Next, Westballs was always a pretty big Malder. He always got pretty bad. Oh, Lucky. Lucky is way the... I think Lucky's worse than Duck. Wait, actually, why did Cody rate Duck but not me? Maybe because when it comes to me, Cody only knows defeat, so he's never seen me mad. He's only seen me happy, shaking his hand after my victory. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe. Army is way up there. No. He'd be an A tier. He doesn't ever say anything wrong, and then oftentimes I've seen him do the nod and just like good shit. Like, he respects you. But in the middle of the game, he's always like always really upset. And then like walk out the venue kind of upset every single time. And then I would say I'm also up there. I cannot be spoken to after I lose. Like, I need to cool off. I've thrown controllers before. I've tweeted before. I might be more of a Malder than Army. I might be top of 8, but I have some composure, so I don't belong in the higher tiers. Let's take care of some of the lower tiers. Okay, Axe is definitely like D tier. I've never seen this person get like fully angry about losing a set, right? Axe is the kind of guy who always says, wow, you played amazing. Like, he'll always admit you're good. He could beat you, and he'll be like, that was so hard. Like, he's that kind of guy. He's a nice guy. Maybe that's why I would put him at the top of D tier, to be honest. Maybe then I put him there. Dude, Kevin is super at the bottom. PPU has literally never done anything but show respect to his opponent when they've won. He's one of the most respectful opponents you could ever face. If he beats you, he's really cool about it too. Chudat is a low-level Malder. If there were a ranking for how fucking annoying it is to lose to someone, Chudat would be at the top. Actually, I should make that ranking. All right, new sub goal. But as far as like getting mad when he loses, Chudat's pretty just chill. I think he has to be, right? If Chudat got salty after losing, after Yeazing everybody, every time he beats them, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a physical altercation, okay? I wouldn't be surprised. But fortunately, he's kind of a respectful loser. He just kind of looks a little mad. He's like, and then he fist bumps you, right? And he gets up and he moves on. So not too bad. I'm gonna rate Kells. I don't know if he rated Kells, but Kells is actually pretty friendly when he loses. Like, he gets a little salty, but he's actually like a really good time when he loses or wins, right? Like, after he loses, he'll slouch in his chair. He'll be like, oh, man. And then he'll shake your hand. It's, like, really cool. Like, he's just such a cool guy. I miss Kells. So I'll put him right here, okay? Ice definitely doesn't react to anything. When he loses, he actually smiles at you and just shakes his head. So actually, he goes right here. Dude, he might be low tier. I've literally never heard him say anything negative about his opponent or say anything at all. Like, he's really zen with the way he plays and thinks about the game. So the idea of emotion over winning or having personal vendettas about beating people are just foreign concepts to him. He doesn't do that. So he belongs in the D tier. Hungry Box, I would say, is not a big Malder. I think we've seen more of the malding online. You know, now that I think about it, here's a theory, chat. I think that in live tournaments, because he's not connecting directly with fans, he's just literally on camera to the masses. When he loses in a live tournament, he's the kind of guy who will fucking grab your hand and raise it up for you. I hate that shit, by the way. Or he'll try to hug them. He'll be a super gracious loser. But then online, he gets really mad and really like, fuck, like he'll put all these, I think, more realistic emotions out. And then I'm thinking, wait, does he do the two different ways of, you know, taking a loss because they work better in their different mediums? You know what I'm saying? Like the whole angry, salty, yelling, all that shit works better on Twitch when your audience is right there. And they might gift you subs because they, you know, you're showing all this emotion. But on the cameras, it's way better to like lift your opponent's hands like, oh, a great champ lifts his hands. That's just my theory. That's how I look at it. You could agree or disagree, but there is definitely a difference. I would say if we're going with his live malding status, he's like A tier, maybe B tier. But if we're going with online, then he's like, yeah, I agree with Cody in putting him in this second one. I won't call this the Johnning tier. Let's just call this mini malding tier. Okay, Keizu, pretty chill. And he just nods his head. He doesn't really say much beyond that. I think he belongs here. He doesn't really make excuses or say anything. He just kind of like nods his head, like disappointed in his own play, and that's it. Plup is closer to the B tier. But like I said, like with Plup, he's kind of like it's kind of like a crapshoot how he's going to react to it. Sometimes he smiles and laughs when he loses. Other times he looks extremely frustrated and angry. So like for that reason, I can't really justify putting him in C, and I can't really justify putting him in A. He's always just like kind of in different directions. I don't know. I'm not going to do everyone, by the way. This is a lot of people. I do Duck, even though he's inactive, because I know Duck extremely well. And me, because I know me very well. And I know Army very well, as far as players go. Okay, Laud definitely belongs in this tier. He, like, literally says nothing. He just nods at you. He's like... Dude, honestly, given how consistent these three are with just showing respect after losing, I'd say that puts Axe at the C tier, because he might say something. But it's not bad. Mike malds internally, okay? I'm putting Mike in the A tier because even if he doesn't say it or show it, I know him so well that I know he's malding internally. He'll bring it up months to years later. Some match that he was mauled about, he'll bring it up like as a little poke at you. He remembers and he holds it in and he brings it up. So he's not a gracious loser, even if he doesn't show it at that point in time. Not everyone mauls internally, no. Some people really don't. Like these three, I really don't think they do. They just kind of go back to the grind and try to figure it out. You don't have to maul to be better and figure out matchups, but then some people are fueled by malding. Face roll. Face roll is mild malder. I would say I've seen more reaction out of face roll than Chudat when it comes to losing, but I think he goes here. Well, Armada just can't be ranked because this dude doesn't lose. No, actually, now that I think about it, you'd see the most malding when he loses to Hungrybox. It's so much malding that he might belong here. The level of malding that you get from this man afterwards is so funny. Some of the rawest I've ever seen. So actually, I'm going to put him up high. I have never seen Amsa not smile or be respectful after losing. Amsa's in this tier. Like, this tier is reserved for the people who have never, ever done any kind of wrong after losing. These guys, they're probably all tied, to be honest. Mango would belong here in terms of, like, post-tournament losing, because he's always respectful after losing. He nods his head. Like, I like anybody who looks you in the eyes and, like, nods. Like, you did it. Good job, right? That's Mango, and that's these people, too. But Mango will go online, and he will say some subtweeting ass shit. He'll make fun of you later, and maybe it's not related exactly to malding, but a part of it has to be. I would say that because of that, yeah, the level of online malding would probably put him at the top of C. Let's go with Johnny. So Johnny, when he loses, he does get a little upset. He'll shake your hand, or pound it. And then he might say some shit online. Even though he's, like, chill about, like, not getting mad, he still talks so much shit after. He's got to be in the A tier, I think. Oh, there it is. After I beat Johnny, which, by the way, no other Samus has actually done, he types, "Grats to Hugs86 beating me after, like, 70-plus sets. Probably the best thing he'll ever do." That's... Do you think I'm ever going to put Johnny low on this tier list after a tweet like that? No. Alright, he deserves the A tier. Colin, same thing. Literally have never seen him not smile and shake your hand after beating him. He looks you directly in the eyes. He's like, good job, dude. And he's always happy. He's never, ever, ever in his life talked shit on Twitter. This is the pure tier, okay? Pure wholesome tier. Let's see. We'll do a couple more. Swedish Delight, kind of in the C tier. He wouldn't really get upset. He'd be a little salty, but he wouldn't express it. It'd just be reserved saltiness. So he'd be somewhere around here. Actually, Kells shouldn't be this low. He would still get a little upset. But dude, Rishi, I think Rishi belongs in the pure tier. He's never said anything bad about losing to an opponent. Ever. So SFAT. I don't think he belongs in the pure wholesome tier. He has definitely said shit about players. Here's a tweet I could actually show from Johnny. Someone actually said, I forgot who it was, but someone said that SFAT is like the most wholesome professional player in existence in the scene today. I think LSD said it. And then Johnny quote tweeted it with a quote from SFAT where it says, "Who talks shit and then backpedals like a fat, loose pussy? Own up or shut up, kid." Okay, so... So, SFAT is definitely not the most wholesome, perfect loser or winner, okay? Here's the thing you have to understand about SFAT. His whole mentality is that I will always beat you. SFAT literally believes that he's going to be Zayn even though he's lost to Zayn like 18 times in a row, right? He's going to have a little bit of that I'm going to get you back vibe, which is not what the pure tier has, okay? The pure tier is literally, there's none of that. There's no anger inside of them. SFAT, to me, I think he belongs in the B tier. With Plup probably lower. No, Plup higher. Plup gets a little more mauled. Gatsu's pretty low. He does not really show any emotion. I'd say that he's not in the pure tier because it doesn't feel like Zen. It feels like he's still upset. Even though he doesn't express it, but I still feel the upsetness, whereas these people are just kind of like... I don't know, there's a level of respect, it's different. Let's go with like 3 more. Hacks Money is actually pretty respectful about losing. He has the same issue as Mango where the shit talk comes after or online. And I think it's mostly because Mango and Hacks like to be funny, but that removes you from the pure wholesome tier, okay? They're really not malding, but they like to be funny after. And they mauled a little bit. I'll put him here. Magi is kind of like a mid-tier Malder, maybe just slightly above Plup, but definitely in the B tier, nothing too crazy. Zayn always shows respect to his opponents. He doesn't really ever... Dude, Zayn might be in the pure tier. I've never seen him get upset. He kind of makes fun of himself when he loses, at most. Yeah, I think he's like here. He's pure about it. He listens to Linkin Park after losing. Yeah, like, he might get emo and stuff, but he keeps that to himself. Like, it's all respect, right? None is pretty emotionless whether he wins or loses, but he talks shit. Kind of in the same tier as Johnny. During the games and after the games, he's pretty chill, but he'll talk that shit later. Dewan is a happy-go-lucky guy when he loses, but he's still malding and he's still on some I'm gonna get you next time, you shouldn't have beaten me type of energy, which is the same as SFAT. So I'm actually gonna put them right next to each other. Eddie Mexico, oh god, so pure. So pure. He literally always smiles. I've never seen any anger out of him. He's losing a set and he'll offer you his water. I remember seeing his set with Duck. Duck was in the middle of malding. Like, even though Duck won the game, like, Duck won a game in the set and he was already shaking his head like he was mauled. And then Eddie Mexico, like, he starts drinking his water and then he offers some to Duck and then Duck looks at him and he says no and then he starts laughing. I think Duck, at that moment, he smiled and he laughed at how pure Eddie Mexico is. He's like, holy shit, this guy's so nice. I literally just beat him. He should be upset. I'm upset about how I didn't beat him enough, and here he is offering me water in the middle of the set. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait, I gotta do Mewtwo King. I have to do Mewtwo King. Mewtwo King gets kind of mauled. He gets upset. He gets really... You've seen him get emo about it. He'll John... Like, he does John a lot. So he's got to be up here. Maybe a little higher than Hungrybox. The last person I'm going to rate is Wizrobe. I can't decide if Wizrobe is pure or robotic here. I feel like he's in another dimension, though. Like, I don't feel like he's respectful because I'm not sure that he cares to understand the concept of it. I think he's just in the Melee world and that's it. Like, he's plugged into the Matrix. You know what I mean? Let me order this. I think the most pure is Eddie, Colin, Amsa, Kevin. Actually, the order I have it in right now is like perfect. But yeah, that's it, chat. That's the malding tier list taken from Cody because I love stealing content. This is from IBDW. You can see the differences here. And then SFAT way too low. He definitely is a Malder. Yeah, we agreed on Mango, so that's dope. And then Axe is a little higher. Yeah, I actually kind of agree. I'll put him here. Crush is just Moki on the list. Oh, yeah. Record scratch. Let's back up. If I have to do Moki, then Moki is definitely in the Uber Malding tier. All right, Moki's at the top. There we go. Okay, I agree. Sorry, Cody. I didn't realize this wasn't Crush. If this is meant to represent Moki, then Moki is at the top, and I 100% agree. All right, that's the list, everybody, and I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for hanging out. That was a fun-ass stream. All right, and I'll see you all next time. Peace. For the longest time, I actually hated YouTube. It's probably why it took me so long to start my channel. I just thought YouTube was annoying orange. You know what I'm saying? I thought that's what the platform was. I'm like, I am never, ever going to make some annoying orange shit.